Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Beauty Bible podcast. In this episode, we are doing it on client and beautician nightmare stories. And I'm so excited to get into this.
We did get a lot of people replying to our stories and messages we had sent them. So we actually are shocked. I don't know Bethany's.
And I don't know yours. We have not communicated the stories that we've heard. I did get more beautician stories than client stories, to be honest. But I wanted to do both to make it fair and equal. So we put it out to the public and these did not disappoint with some of these stories. I'm so excited. Right. I think I'm going to go first.
So is this a client or is this a beautician, hairdresser?
So, right, I have ones with receipts. They've typed it. I have ones that are voice noted and then I've just typed. So I'll go over the voice noted ones first. Okay. So this is a beautician story. So this beautician was around 14 at the time. The client came in. She had never met her before. This client lies down to get her lashes done and falls into a dream.
And this client's 14?
No, the beautician's 14.
Oh my goodness.
At the time. So this is years ago. And she falls into a dream and starts making these noises. Must have been a sex dream. Yes. So she starts making these noises. 5 whole minutes go by. This 14-year-old beautician is trying to wake her up, trying to say these random things. Just like
make noises.
So it actually got to the stage where she had to text her boyfriend and get him to come and rap on the cabin and pretend to need her to get this client to wake up out of this dream. And then she messaged her back in a few weeks to try and get booked back in, and she just said she had to say she was fully booked. She couldn't take her again. And
she did wake up eventually, and it was just
she woke up and didn't know what happened. Still doesn't know what happened.
Oh, that's bad.
I couldn't take her again.
No.
My clients are going to all have PTSD. They're not going to want to fall asleep. I swear none of you do this.
Nobody falls asleep on me anyway.
Oh my God.
Nobody does.
30% of mine fall asleep.
Really? No.
Yeah, I think I knocked them out with a heat.
No, I'm the same with a heated blanket and all, but see, to be fair, my clients are like, sometimes I have to do this.
Talking too much. You're like, fall asleep, please.
Oh my God.
Right. So that was a quick short one. So I'm going to move on to another story that we can actually debrief on. So this beautician has a group chat with clients, which is a really popular thing to have right now. So she messages group chat every few months. So this beautician is always fully booked. And she has clients who have specific appointments and specific days and they just keep them days. So she messages them every few months to be like, hey girls, such months are out, message me your preferred date and time just to confirm. So one client never did this. And then she texts the beautician randomly and was like, when am I in again? And the beautician says, I'm sorry, I don't see any messages, I don't see any appointment requests, I don't see anything from you to get you booked in. But if you need in, which I thought was really nice, if you need in, let me know and I'll try and sort something. Bear in mind this was November, December, so Christmas. And the reply goes, of course I need an appointment, this is your fault.
Fucking bitch.
It's your fault that I'm not booked in.
Literally blocked.
I didn't get the tea of the remainder of this conversation, but I thought this one was so interesting because I'm like, what goes through someone's mind to genuinely...
This is one thing, actually. I was chatting about this to somebody. I think we've chatted about this before, but do you not think everybody, I feel like everyone listening to this podcast would literally agree, see November and December, we all hate Christmas because of it, because we get literally trampled on. My clients are so amazing, but I'm probably going back about 3 years ago, whenever I was first doing my Christmas rush, I was literally just hated it. It was everyone was so rude.
Not enjoyable.
And people were like, what do you mean you can't take me? And I'm like, but your appointment isn't until an hour later. And they would have been like, what do you call it? No, I can't have my appointment then. And it's like, what?
Yeah, I think the thing that kills me as well is people are very well aware Christmas is just crazy, and then they turn up late. And that really gets to me because it's like, I don't even have time to shit. I don't even have a shit.
That's my line, girl. I always say that.
So I just was like, God damn.
That is really cheeky.
I would be like, oh my God, I didn't see, I should have messaged you. I don't know. This is your fault. I was like,
this is your fault. So having a really bad morning.
I think so.
But it's in
benefit of the doubt. Right?
No, but even if you had a really bad morning and something really bad happened and that happened, you said that to someone, you would literally, if I ever did that, I would never do that, but if that was me and I had a really bad morning and I text someone that, I would literally have to block the person because I'd be so embarrassed. I'd be like, my actions are horrendous. So I have one and it is from a beautician. And yes, whenever I got this, I was like, what on earth? This is actually
Oh.
mental. So I can't read, by the way, so if I stutter, I'm just dyslexic. So girls, I had a man come into my salon about 7 years ago. He wanted a full body massage, and when he arrived, he seemed okay. He was a mature man with kids around my own age, so just older, older than us, if you know what I mean. Whenever I took him into the room to get undressed and told him what to do, pop on the bed in your shorts that he'd brought, he understood what I said. When I returned to the room, he was bollock naked, so I covered him with a towel. What the heck? And said he was to put on his shorts. I was feeling uneasy and I went ahead with the treatment anyway. When I was doing the leg massage, he asked if I was going to do the groin or a groin
The
massage.
groin.
He
The
was,
groin.
I can't even speak. And she was like, I was very uneasy with it, and I said a sharp reply. I'm sorry, but I don't offer that type of service. If that's what you're after, you're in the wrong place. I refused to continue, and I asked him to get dressed and leave. Hence, I never seen him again, thankfully.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I should have read that before we did this.
That see what I know, what I think of that is
we would definitely never get
you
something
have
like that, though.
intuition, and I think females especially, when something's not innocent and not 100%.
What would you do
normal.
though, in a way? As in,
Fair play to her, because I wouldn't even stop the massage out of awkwardness. That's how much of a
Bethany, you
no,
would.
no, I don't think I would. I think I just pretend and then just be like, oh, look at that, she's done. I don't think I could have the confrontation.
No,
I can't have confrontation, but
I-
fair play.
I think, to be honest with you, a massage is so,
Intimate.
yes, and it's also really different as well to not any other beauty treatments.
Very
You don't
different.
speak whenever you do it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Or, do you know what I mean?
But also, if I'm booked in for a body massage and they decide not to touch my leg, I'm not going to be like, you missed a spot.
Yeah, so
Are you going to do this?
A different type of massage.
He thought he was getting a happy ending massage, that man. That's what he thought. Not over here, chick. That is wild. That just sets you up really uneasy to take another meal in for a massage.
I think I would have to cancel all the rest of my plans for the day and just sit there and like stare at the wall and be like, what the hell?
They just ruin it for everyone. I can't. That's meant for you.
That's crazy.
Right. This is a beautician one. So this beautician says, I actually have many, but here's one. So when I first started lashing, I had this client who got her lashes done for a wedding. She said she loved them. Then 2 days later, in brackets, after wedding, sorry, I've lost my part. Oh, she texted me saying they fell out. I was a beginner back then, so I asked her to send me some pics and or come for free for a refill so I could learn where I went wrong. But she refused and demanded a full refund instead. So to pause there, first of all, if you don't send me a picture of your falling out lashes, I'm taking nothing to do with that. Come on. So that's red flag number one, I would say, to be honest. So she refused and demanded a refund. I explained I couldn't, and she literally told me she'd ruin my business because I had, quote unquote, just moved here from a new town and knew no one. And she led on that she knows everyone, small town kind of thing. I was so terrified, so I refunded her. So basically, she bullied her into giving in and giving her money back.
That's terrible.
Fast forward to a year later, 2 of her best friends started coming to me, and I found out she actually got 4 weeks out of the set, and she just wanted her money back. She's just stingy, and the craziest part is, 2 years later, after all this went down, I get a message, hi babes, can I book in for lashes? She says the block button was never hit faster.
100%.
What?
Oh my gosh.
You can't take anyone for face value.
That's actually crazy. You know, I'm literally sitting here staring at the wall.
Hey babe, can I book in?
That's actually horrible.
Do they think we forget things and have amnesia?
I don't forget anything.
No. It is clocked up in my
But then at the same time as well, is in imagine the anxiety you would feel from her saying, I will like turn on your business.
See, when you're a beginner, I remember crying in the gym to my boyfriend because I got a text message. When you get the messages, hey girl, my lashes didn't last. I remember crying, I'm quitting this, is it? I'm not.
Yeah,
so for even that,
anyway, like,
and then first of all, no one's ever getting a refund because you're not handing me back the lashes or the 2 to 3 hours I spent doing the set.
It's the time and the products.
So didn't send any photos because they were sitting on perfect and she just wanted her money back.
Oh my god.
And then tried to rebook. I'm sorry, if your lashes don't last with someone, why would you rebook in with them? And then her best friend spilling the tea was kind of vibey.
She definitely outed her.
They should have, so.
It's crazy.
Right, I'm excited. Is this a client or a beautician?
It is. We'll do a client one,
Yeah,
actually.
do a
the
client.
next one. So
I'm excited. I'm really excited for the client ones.
So one time, this is a client. So one time I was having a full glow up, hair, nails, lashes, brows, full works. Only had my hair coloured and styled. Literally went from the hairdresser straight to my lash appointment. My lash appointment went fine. All was grand. Later that day, I was running my hair. I can't speak. I was running my fingers through the back of my hair, as you do. And all I could feel was lash glue. Oh my god.
No.
Lash glue literally dries like that in your head. I've had it in my
In
hair
the
before.
back
It
of your
snaps,
head?
Yeah, the back of the head. I was so confused at first. I was thinking, was it from the hairdressers? Then I realised that I clearly lay down on the bed, hair went into the glue on the jade stone, and hair was full of lash glue. Worst of it was she didn't say a word, literally.
Hot take. I think you have to say.
I actually had that happen to me one time. It's funny because me and my client laughed about it. I still know her and talk to her to this day. But I remember she had she just washed her hair, and I used to actually have the jade stone. I used to not use glue rings. And I used to have it sitting on the left hand side of me. I remember she lay down on the pillow and she was like this. And I was like, oh my god, sit up now. And she was like, what? I was like, my glue was sitting ready to be fresh. That was so my fault as well.
Yeah.
And she was like, what? And the bottom bit of her hair was all up to glue and glue that way. And obviously when it comes to lash glue, that's dried instantly. You literally just brush it and the hair comes with it.
You know, it's not.
You're not saving that.
Unless you try and put remover to break down the.
And then later that night, she sent me a photo and she was like, R.I.P. haha. But it was just like, she was like, oh, well, it's fine. And it was like a whole thing of hair and lash glue.
Oh, so bad.
She'd obviously brushed her hair and then
to get it out.
And that part of her hair came out.
But the way that you said, do you know what I mean? That's completely on the lash artist to say that, because then right now that client's then went home and then obviously experienced.
Imagine you literally, that was your first time getting lashes done and you're like, oh, that was such a nice experience. I love my lashes. And then you have that happen to you.
She could have also blamed her hairdresser. What if she messes her hairdresser, maybe took out of herself, and gets up for the lash tech to say, oh my god, because then as what you did at the time, it turns into, oh god, I shouldn't have lied down. Oh god, no, I shouldn't have put the glue there. And then you're both.
I know, like, how could
taking
do the set of lashes with a big chunk of glue under her head?
I could not say. I would feel so bad.
Let's hear.
Right. This is a. Do you have another client one?
I have another client one in my head. Yeah.
I have a client one written down, and then I'll do one after. So this is a quick one, but this is about makeup.
This is a beautician one?
No, it's client.
Oh, client one?
Yeah, okay. So I was getting my makeup done for my birthday about 4 years ago now. At the appointment, she dropped one of her brushes on the floor, picked it up, and used the same brush on my face.
Lovely.
By the way, at the start of the appointment, when she was prepping my face, I made a point to tell her that I have really sensitive skin. It then came to applying the lipsticks. He used it straight from the tube, did not use any sort of disposable brushes or anything. And then about a week or two later, I came out in cold sores over my lip. So I'm not a makeup artist, so I more than me.
No, that's like, you do. If a brush is on the floor, you literally be like, I actually, do you know what? If I've ever dropped anything in front of someone doing someone's makeup, I always pick it up, and I'm obviously talking to them probably. In mid-conversation, I always make sure to set it.
Yes.
Even obviously, oh, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm setting this over here, but they know that it's set over in the corner and it's not being used again. Even disposables, everybody in hair beauty industry knows that.
Because when I get my makeup done and use mascara, they have a wand. They take the wand out and use a disposable wand. Also, when people's eyes are closed and I drop their spillies, I still bin it and grab a new
of course, because they can hear it.
Yeah, it's just instinct. Oh, on the floor, grab a new one.
A pack of spillies is 90p.
I suppose if she made a point as well to tell her, do makeup artists wash? I'm sure they don't wash their brushes after every client. But I'm sure they have.
No, they do. Every client, 100%.
Oh, do they?
So you literally have to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I suppose if you don't, say you're back at time, you need to have a few of the same brush.
Oh yeah, you just have to have loads
to use
of
a fresh one. So don't use someone's that goes out and then you use the exact same brush as someone else. That's really interesting. I agree. I don't really get my makeup done.
But what?
But if I have sensitive skin, that would put me off going to someone again, especially if I specify to them I have sensitive skin.
Oh, you just wouldn't go back.
That's a crap one.
You wouldn't go back.
Crappy for them.
But
right, do you want to go and do a beautician?
So it's not a full-blown story, but I did get a reply. I just didn't get the full story, but I'm just going to read out 3 of the stories that she has. It's not explained, but it's just like whatever. So this beautician sent me one, and she was like, she had a racist client on her bed who accused her of being married off at 13. She said she also had a client who she also said she had a client who tried to reclaim the cost of 2 of her treatments from the bank.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And then another one was she had a client who had a monster seizure in her chair, vomited black and pissed herself at the same time.
That's not funny. That's horrible.
That's like death.
What do you actually do?
Right. See, I've always thought this, right? I've always said to myself, I don't know, what would I do if somebody literally got up and was like, sorry, I'm going to be sick. I don't know what I would do. I actually always think about this because I'm like, I am the worst person when someone's crying. I'm not going to give them a hug. I'm not a hugger.
I think I'd just grab the bin. What else would you do? I think I'd be fine with that. Not with that. That's concerning.
Yeah.
That's really concerning.
I wish she could have explained them more because I want to know.
I need the details. Was there an ambulance called? Did the client just walk out? Did she get her set finished? Did she know what happened? Because sometimes when people have seizures, they don't know they have them.
It is really bad.
I'm quite traumatized by that. I'm not going to lie. And I pray that never knocks my door.
And also a racist client as well. It's 2025. Grow up.
Let's not get onto that. I have a very long one from a beautician.
I want to hear it.
Details. It's 3 pages worth of screenshots.
Oh my goodness, right.
So, pissed myself laughing. I had a client that booked in with me because, quotes, she heard so much about me and wanted her lashes done. She showed up 25 minutes late on a Saturday at 3:25.
Oh my goodness.
And she says in brackets, I wasn't a bad bee, I am now. I was shitty. So, with a full set of clumped Russians on.
Not done by her?
No. She showed up for a new set, not a removal. So
that's a procedure.
I think actually, maybe she did book a removal. I'm not too sure, but anyway, she showed up with a full set of clumped Russians on. It took me 45 minutes to remove them, and when I did, she had no lashes left. They were destroyed.
Out the door.
So she had no lashes left, and she begged me to do her lashes. I said to her that these won't last, and I really shouldn't be lashing you. She insisted that she was going on holiday, so I showed her the state of her natural lashes and told her it would have to be a light set. 2 hours later, I finished and she looked at them and said, can I lie back down for you to make them fuller?
What did she literally just say? Oh my God.
First of all, do you want to just start sticking them to the eyelid?
Yeah, if she had
like a few on the brows,
she would have done that.
Common sense is common sense. Make them fuller. Love, you have 3 lashes. No. Stuff like that annoy me when they try and tell you what to do. You're like, I'm trying my best. Bear in mind, this beautician is well aware she shouldn't even be doing this set. The intuition's sitting there. Trying. So, bear in mind now, 6 p.m. on a Saturday. This is where it's all gotten to. So, she wants them fuller. It's now after 6 p.m. on a Saturday. She originally showed up 25 minutes late with clumped lashes on. So I said, no, sorry, that's the best I can do. And she went, no probs, paid me. Then texted me the next morning saying they all fell out, which I asked for a picture. She sent me a picture later that day with the caption, they don't look as bad in the picture.
Oh my gosh.
But if they've all fell out, then they shouldn't be in the picture. What?
The lashes are probably still the way they were when they were done, but then she's obviously not happy because they weren't full, but she literally explained.
And she's maybe lay on them and brush, so there looks to be gaps. See, when you get lashes put on and the lash artist is strategically trying to hide gaps, they're not filling the gaps, they're trying to hide them. You need to be careful with the way you're brushing them because we've set them on a specific way to try and fill in the gaps.
Literally.
So she said they don't look as bad in pictures. She was missing 2 outer corners. That's what she was missing. So she said, can I come to your house? You can fix these. They're not worth the money I paid. And I said, sorry, I'm not home. It's a Sunday. I'm off work today. I'll fix them on Monday. And she went, it needs to be before 8 a.m. So comes to Sunday night. She texts me slabbering, asking for a refund for these lashes that didn't, quote unquote, last. So I asked for another photo because she said they'd all fallen out. Surprise, she refused to send her a photo. So she says they don't look as bad. They didn't look as bad as they were in the pictures. Again, if they'd all fallen out, they wouldn't be in the pictures. But anyway, pestering me for a week for a refund. So I kept saying, come to my house for the cash. She kept sending her bank details. And I was like, question mark, you paid in cash, so come to get the cash.
Yeah.
I eventually gave in and sent it to her account. Sorry, it bounced back into my account because it wasn't even the right details. She asked me to post the money through her letterbox. Bear in mind, she lives 2 doors away.
Oh my goodness, this whole time
Yeah.
she's lived 2 doors away.
And I said, no, call round for the money. The money's here for you. And she responded, I'll send my son round. I don't have time for this.
Oh my god.
Never ever called for the money. Never heard from her again until my mummy went to get her nails done to the nail girl, and she told me that she was bitching about me still.
Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy?
That runs on for ages.
What a crazy. But there's ways to handle it. I could understand from a client's perspective. She'd obviously booked in for a set of Russians. So say, I don't know this beautician's prices, but say the Russians were £50. And the beautician said, look, I shouldn't do your lashes. Look at the state of them, basically.
Yeah,
like, I can't get anything on. So they're not going to last. See, when I say that to people and they say, go on ahead, that's me. I'm not standing over these. So obviously she's been like, well, these don't look like full lashes. So why did I pay the full amount? But you took up that full time slot and more because you were late. You were told that these weren't going to last. The beautician felt uncomfortable to do the set. And then this is where the client needs to text and say, look, like, a couple did come off. I know you said they weren't going to last. Would I be able to pop around for you to fix these couple just because I am going on holiday?
Yeah.
I know the set doesn't look the way I wanted it to look, but I completely understand that that's because of my lashes.
Obviously didn't understand. That's why though.
No. But it was explained to her. There's ways to word things, and I understand the client frustration if she maybe did pay £50 for a set that don't look full. But the beautician said, and I don't even know if they were £50. That's the price of our Russians. But the beautician said that they're not going to.
I wouldn't even lash somebody now who's really damaged lashes. I used to.
No.
Now I don't, because I'm like, I actually can't be bothered. Because I know that you're not going to look after them and your lashes are going to grow crazy now anyway because there's no lashes.
Yeah, so they're going to be growing rapidly.
Crazy.
And falling off. So that one's wild to me, to be honest. Absolutely wild.
So my last one actually is a lash check. I know I keep on looking over yours and you keep on mine's so big as well. So I once had a client with knits. She just comes and says it. She just says it completely. Oh my god.
No.
So it was the beginning of my career. She was a new client and she came for her prom lashes. I was about halfway through a full set and all of a sudden I seen something crawling in her hair. And then another. I obviously freaked the fuck out, but I didn't know what to do. I couldn't scream and be like, what the hell, get out. I still only halfway through her appointment, so that wasn't an option. So I got a tissue and picked as many as I could out of crawling around her hair. Like,
Shut up.
Imagine being like this.
Oh no, there's no way she done that.
That's disgusting. I feel bad for that. Like, it's disgusting.
Well, I would just finish and send them on their way.
Oh no, I don't know what I would do.
She's picking up another shift.
Right. So I got a tissue and picked up as many as I could that were around her hairline, so they weren't just chilling and jumping around her face.
They weren't just chilling.
They're on the lash, taking the eye.
Hey babe, stick
a few on my face. And then she continued. I pretended I had dropped the lash. Oh, sorry. So I got a tissue and picked up as many as I could around the hairline, so they weren't just chilling and jumping around in front of my face. And continued. And then I pretended I had dropped the lash. To this day, it still makes my skin crawl. Then, after her appointment, I did decide to give her a message. As she mentioned, she was she was getting her hair done in a salon the next day. From previous experience working in hair salons, I know that if they saw she had knit, she would have immediately been turned away. I didn't want her to be embarrassed. That's so thoughtful.
Because the salon would make a deal.
Obviously, they wouldn't touch her hair.
Which is fair.
I obviously sent her the sweetest message, but obviously not a nice situation. But unfortunately, she was so embarrassed regardless. She came back saying that her mum had checked and she was clear. And then she literally says, I know what I saw.
Yes, so
the girl admits.
So she obviously wasn't clear.
And then she obviously, this lash tech doesn't know what happened in the hairdresser. She obviously and said, oh, I know, I'm clear, I'm fine. I'm scundered, and then went to her hair appointment. So God knows there's probably another story going on.
Yeah, and even if her mum checked and thought she was clear, she's wrong. She obviously didn't see them.
That's disgusting.
Like, oh my God, it's making my head itchy. It's actually, guys, I don't have knits. That's fine. I commend, but also I'm like, why the fuck was she picking them out?
No, I can't.
So I get the vibe of wanting rid of them, but no, I don't know what I would do. Fair play to her.
I know.
Because I would agree. I don't think I could turn around in person. I think I would continue on.
Oh my goodness, you know what I would do? I would put a bit of couch rope on her head and be like, this is where I set my lashes, but it's really not.
Randomly,
Her hair's
halfway
like
through.
wrapped in like a white tissue.
But she only figured it out halfway through. So why would she randomly turn around halfway through and start wrapping her up like a freaking mummy?
I would just start saying, no, this is what you do.
Halfway through?
And this is where we move the lashes to. No, honestly, I would not be touching that because I do lean on some. I don't hate to say I lean on people's faces. I don't.
I do.
As in, you almost have your hands touching the person's forehead whenever you're lashing.
There's not almost freaking. You do.
Who lash like this, but as in, so you would be getting nits all over your hands.
Do you know what I think I would do? It's making my head itchy. I would not say anything.
Why?
At the time.
Oh no, of course.
Right, I would not say anything. And oh god, I think I'd have to cancel the remainder of the day so I could bleach the room.
I'd be traumatized.
I have to bleach the room, get in the shower, bleach myself, cancel the rest of the day and get a cup of tea and a bar of chocolate and go on Indeed and get a new job. That is crazy.
I definitely would.
But that wee girl obviously had them, and you're hardly going to turn around. As well, I get the girl, she's not going to be like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. I do have nits. I just found out. Thanks for letting me know. She's doubled down. She's been like, no, I don't have them.
I think that's even more embarrassing. I can imagine that.
She knows what she saw.
But imagine that client's going around being like, she said I had nits.
She's going to
say to you that you've nits.
That lash tech, don't go to her. She claims you have people have nits. In fact, she was trying to do a favour. She was picking the nits out for her. That's why she doesn't have them. She got rid of half them. That's why she probably couldn't find them.
They were probably deep in her friggin'.
They live
on the scalp and then on the hair as well.
They live deep in. They'll like.
Oh, stop! I don't even want to talk about that anymore.
Gosh.
Right, you read
That's
yours.
so bad.
That is really
fair
bad.
play.
I have heard a story like that. I've heard loads of stories like that before, though.
Really?
Nightmare ones on TikTok.
Hope that never happens to me.
Let's not.
Anyway, moving on. So this is my last one, and this is a beautician. I don't know if it was a makeup appointment or what. But we have a message sent to the client who has not turned up for her appointment. Hey, blah. Are you coming for your wee trial? Maybe it's a makeup trial. Not too sure. And then the person stated who she was, the beautician, because it was over text messages. And it's so hard to say this one without names because there's so many names in it. So then this client replies and says, hi, blah, I left a message on the shop answer phone. Sorry, have to babysit. Could you do Thursday around lunchtime? I'm meeting friends in the area. I'm not going to say the area. And I should have took your number down. I'm stupid. Sorry.
Oh, that's late notice.
Well, she's claiming she left a message. But I'm sorry. But I already know this is an older woman. I already know it's the same person who would walk into a shop and be like, hey, can you take me to a shop front? That's not what you do anymore. You don't leave phone messages. You don't just walk in for an appointment. They don't know the new way, clearly. So she says, the beautician replies and says, we don't have a shop phone. That's the other girl's number. So this beautician works in a shop with a couple other girls. So she was saying, that's not my phone. That's not how you contact me. I am self-employed.
She has her own policies.
Yes, I'm my own person. That's a different girl's phone. Any cancellations within 24 hours have to be paid. So honestly, it didn't matter that she phoned because it's within 24 hours anyway. Have to be paid a fee. I can send the link over for it. Hope you understand. This leaves you with no time to fill the appointment. So she sent the fee request over. Then the girl says her name and goes, you never gave me a contact number or explained to me that there would be a cancellation fee. And you work from that shop. I hear you rent a chair. So the messages are obviously not being listened to. You had 2 hours to fill the appointment. If the messages were listened to, I won't be paying you £17.50 when you didn't explain this. I'm sorry, this has happened.
So that's beyond rude.
That
is so horrible.
So rude. So then she goes, I'm sure you'll understand that within the industry, there will follow a cancellation fee and late notice. I'm sorry, you must live under a rock if you don't know that people have cancellation fees, so don't even pull that one. Which is all clearly listed on my social media. 2 hours ago was still within the 24-hour period.
She had 2 hours. She's gonna run out in the street and be like, I've got an appointment for you.
Hey girl.
Like microphone
free
out.
trial, anyone?
Oh my god, so
so it was still within the 24-hour period. That's okay. Your future appointments will be removed. Thank you. Have a nice day. And then she sent the message just cancelling her next appointment. And then the woman goes back again and says, considering I didn't even know your name or know your phone number, how was I to know you had a social media page? What a cop out. Why you book? How'd you get booked in with her? You didn't know her
Yeah.
name, you didn't know her phone number, and you didn't know her social media. How do you even know she exists then? That's obviously not true.
That's confusing.
You may have booked in with her from a different way or walking in and booking it. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how she booked in, to be honest, but you know the person.
You do know the person.
And I always check someone's social media. So that's on me. That would be on the client to not have a nosy, see if they
Yeah.
even like the person.
Yeah.
You know, that way. So then they full stop and go, maybe you need to get cards made up for new clients with all these details
Oh my
on
goodness,
it.
so rude. I actually want to slap that phone out of your hand.
I know.
That is so rude.
So rude.
I can't believe
She's
that.
literally
I'm
demanding and
speechless.
telling and stating what this beautician needs to do. Bear in mind, this fully booked beautician,
Mhm.
what she needs to do and how she needs to manage new clients. Maybe
What?
a bit of
Was
common
that the
sense
end
goes,
of that?
that was it. The beautician just didn't reply again, because
Yeah,
what are you
just
going to do
when
with that?
she's gonna come back. That's so rude.
It's just setting yourself on a pedestal.
I know.
Like that one, I found that one quite mad to
I
me,
think,
to be honest.
yes, to be honest, I think if I had that one, if that happened to me, I think I would find it really hard not to burst out crying or something.
But it's just like, you're wrong. You didn't do this. You should
Yeah.
do this. This is your fault. And you're just sitting there going,
But you didn't arrive to your appointment, so
also, that's not her phone. You've rung someone else who works in the same vicinity and been like, she should have told you.
That's so bad.
And then when the girl's trying to, I keep going, when the girl's trying to explain it, the beautician's trying to explain it, she's like, no, should have checked the phone. I've already told you it's not my phone. I'm not trying to get out of something. It's £17.50. I find that quite crazy.
That's mad.
But that's all mine. That's all the stories I have.
That's all the story. I have
think-
too. We definitely will do a part 2 to this, because me and Bethany do definitely have ones ourselves, and we do definitely have other ones that people were saying we just didn't get the full story. So
We need to delve into them a bit more.
Part 2 on it. Like,
To be fair, I don't have any particular crazy
Yeah.
stories. There's just standard ghosting you or all that, owing money and stuff. But mine are actually really boring. I'm really sorry. So I do have a couple in my head. For me, they're not crazy ones, to be honest. But when we do a part 2, I think me and you can talk more on our
Yeah.
experiences. I just really wanted to delve in and see what people are going through. And we
Yeah.
had so many DMs.
we did. We actually had so many, so we definitely will.
So thank
Keep
you
posting
everyone
more.
who texted in your stories, because
I know.
I-
We're definitely going to do more. So if you're our client and you've had a nightmare story, or if you're a beautician, hairdresser, PT, anything, literally just text us. And then
yes,
we're gonna
I want more
definitely do it.
client ones.
Yeah, definitely.
I want more client
and it
ones.
is going to be kept anonymous, so you will not, your name
Definitely.
won't get shared anywhere.
I've got told lots of random client ones when they're in with you, oh, I went to such and such before. I know they've just been standard, not standard, but it's unprofessional.
Mhm.
That's they'll open the door, they're like just stand there in their pajamas, they don't have anything sorted, they bring you in, they're screaming about the house, you're
Yeah.
lying there, there's other people walking around you, you're just lying there with your eyes closed going. And then a good few clients have told me how they've just whipped up food and started eating during the set.
Mhm.
I find that, don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, a few weeks ago I had a regular come in and I had McDonald's chicken nuggets and we shared them. But I
know,
think
but
that's
probably not-
extremely
yeah.
different than
What
a
you mean.
new client and then you're just like mauling your dinner.
I know. I have so many. I could definitely do another thing on this.
I can't wait to do another thing. I am so
Yeah.
excited.
Anyway, that's it for today's episode. And
I hope you enjoyed
see
it,
you
and
in a few weeks again.
bye.